name is Sandra and I'm in my craft room today with my XTool S1 and I'm going to be cutting black acrylic. I'm going to be doing something with it which is going to be great fun and will allow you to make it look considerably different. This is XTool acrylic sheet in black, came with my machine. I have the XTool S1 and the 20-watt version of that. And I've just cut these out using the recommended settings within XCS software. Now this one you'll notice has an X on it, and that is where I have attempted to do a little bit of engraving. I'm not entirely sure that it is engraved all the way through. It might be, I'm not entirely certain, but I'm just going to lift up, if I can, the edge of this and see if I can find out if it's gone all the way through. It's very difficult to tell. Now these pieces have been cut with a hole in them so they can be used for keychains or pendants, whatever it is that you want to do with them. If you don't want to actually hang it from anything, then obviously don't put a hole in. And this one, I just wanted to do a little test. That has engraved, okay. So I can put that back down. I want it to stay there at the moment. It has gone through the paper, that's what I needed to know. Now the next thing I have is a bunch of these. Now these are colour shifting paints. And this is the one I'm going to do first because I want this one to actually dry. So I'm going to take a little bit of this paint. I'm going to need very, very little of it, but I'm going to put it over the X that is there. Now this is a very thin paint because it's designed for airbrush use. So you must make sure if you're doing this, it's masked properly. Now I may come in unstuck with this because I pulled the masking up, so I may find my edges are a little bit blurred. We'll see. I will put that to one side and allow it to dry. Now the other ones, I want to actually take off all the masking paper which is on one side. I will leave one side covered for the time being just to keep it nice and clean. A soft sponge which has very, very closed pores in it. So this is quite a good thing to use. It's disposable, it's quick and easy, and if you really don't want to get your fingers in a mess, you can always use a pair of tweezers with it, because all we're going to do is to dab the colour on. Just put a few little dots of it on there and just take the sponge and tap it over the surface. Now this will give you an even coverage. You will get a textured effect with this, but it will be even coverage. Now if you really don't want a textured finish, you can of course use an airbrush if you've got one. I do, but I know that a lot of people don't actually have one. Now you want to allow that to dry before you do anything else. You can layer the colours over each other. I'm using Lumiere, Jacquard Lumiere in Sunset Gold. Okay. I want to put a bit of paint on here, so I'll do that. And I'm just going to come in here and put some little dots on. Tiny, tiny little dots. You can make them bigger if you want. If you don't have a silicone brush like this, you might well have something else that you can use. You can use these things, which are nail dotting tools. And again, you'll just pick up the paint with that and then dot it on. So you can choose whatever design you like. Now the UV resin really makes these pop. This is one that I did earlier, and I don't know if you can see the colour changing. From where I am, it's going from purple to blue. It looks really lovely. And on the other side, I have a purple to bronze looking one, which again is really rather nice. The brighter the lights you get on this, the better the effect you get. So you could actually have this as a pendant, and depending on your mood, you could wear it one way around or the other. You can also make shapes like this and put them on hairbands and hair slides, all sorts of things. You can use them to make grips for your mobile phone, for example. I think those are quite popular. The UV resin I've got, and I've not got much of this left, is a craft resin. It's a clear hard UV resin and it needs a UV lamp to cure it. So it's very easy to put a layer of this on if you've got the right type of resin, and it will really make it sparkle. Just put some resin around it. Oh, that colour is really starting to come out. It's amazing the difference that it makes when you put the actual resin on it. And you just need some kind of pointy tool to make the resin go around the hole. You don't want to put it too close to the hole because you don't want it to go down the hole. Just want to make sure it goes to the edges. So I would give that a flash cure to stop it from moving, and then give it another few minutes. And because I live in southern Spain and it's sunny, I can put them outside to cure fully, and the sun will do the work for me. So this is the result, and I think they're really quite good fun. You could have lots of different designs on here, and obviously, you know, if you're engraving a design to paint on it, you can choose whatever you like. Now this one does actually look better than it probably looks on camera. The X does actually change colour from a blue to a gold, and you can see how nice it makes the black itself look. Just by putting the resin over it, you get this really lovely, glossy, thick, juicy black pendant. I've not done the backs of these. I would let one side dry really well before doing the backs, and the only one that I've done both sides of was the one that I did yesterday. Now this one goes from gold to a pink on one side, and from a blue, I think, to a purple on the other side. It's very hard to get photographic evidence of these, but believe me, in person they are stunning. Now this one, I put a tiny little gem in it. Not too successful. I think I chose a gem which was too small. It just makes it look like it has a bubble in it, which it doesn't. It's a gem, a transparent sparkly gem. I should probably have chosen a different gem for that. But it goes from a turquoise to a deep green, and it's really, really beautiful. Now this one goes from, I think, blue to purple, and that's really rather pretty. And then this is the coppery one that I did, which goes from a gold to a copper colour, and obviously I've got the little spots on there which do not change colour. Now you can see, if I show you that one close up, that I've actually got a little too much gel on it and it's gone over the hole. But don't worry, you can drill that out. It's not difficult to do. You don't do it on the laser, but you can drill that out manually. If you have a nail drill, you can use that, or you can just use a little hand drill and drill the hole back out. But I think they've come out really nicely. They're great for fun little pendants. If you're going on holiday and you don't want to take expensive jewellery with you, for example, it's quite a good idea. Or you could use them as luggage identifiers, or you could use them on keychains. A great way of using up your extra little bits of black acrylic that you really don't have any other use for. If you've done a big project and you've got little bits left over, this is a way to make some money out of those remains. Okay, thanks for watching this video. If you want some more ideas, please join us again. I'll see you soon. Take care now.